Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel where we convert caffeine and code into pure magic. Today, I will introduce you to a cool tool that might just change the way you code forever. It's called Kiro IDE. Yes, Kiro. Not your favorite sushi place down the street, but a productivity tool that will spice up your productivity levels while coding. So let's dive in. So what exactly is Kiro IDE? It's a next-gen AI-native IDE designed not just to assist you in writing code, but also to understand what you're trying to do. It's like if VS Code, GitHub Copilot, and Sherlock Holmes had a baby. And that baby runs really fast. Before we jump further, download the exe from the link given below. Run the exe. So accept the agreement. I am accepting the defaults. I'll complete the installation. I'll launch the IDE. So you need to first do a sign up. So here I am signing up with my GitHub credentials, authorize. I'm going to hit skip. I'm just choosing our dark theme and setup is done. Okay. Now let's create a project first like we usually do. So I'm going to my CD projects. I'm going to create a new directory called Kiro IDE, demo Kiro IDE. And now this particular project I have imported in the Kiro IDE. It's asking me to trust the authors in this particular folder. So I'm saying yes. Now you get two modes here. One is the vibe mode and the second is the spec mode. Okay, so we'll start with the vibe mode today. So here is my prompt. I am trying to create a real-time cryptocurrency app which will track the prices for the top cryptos for the last 24 hours, and it is going to have a black and green theme. Okay, so let's hit create, but before doing that let's check the models. So it has Claude Sonnet 4 and 3.7. So I'm selecting 4 and let's hit submit. It has started the process of creating the app for us. So it's creating the package.json file, index.html, index.js, index.css, app.js. So at the top, if you read, it is specifically mentioning that the data will be collected and maintained in the US regions. It retains the chat to provide and maintain the service. It can collect the client-side telemetry data for service improvements. So let's wait until it has created all the application files. In the meantime, we'll just take a look at the files that it is creating. Index.css, index.js. Yep, looks like it has created the application in entirety. Okay. So you can read here, it has all the features that we had mentioned, real-time updates with 30 seconds of delay, top 10 cryptocurrencies, key components. You can pause the video and read the points mentioned in this section. Okay. Now let's run the app here. So npm install and npm start. Okay. So we have accepted all the changes that it has recommended to us. And now it's running npm install. We'll wait for it to finish. Okay. So localhost 3000, this is the crypto tracker application. Amazing. So it has taken the black and green theme. It has taken the top 10 cryptos that we mentioned with the updated date and timestamp here, and the values mentioned here are for the last 24 hours. So I think the UI is pretty good, nice and polished, minimalist in nature, and it has adhered to all the prompt commands that we had mentioned. Okay. Now let's take a look at the file app.js. So this is the file that it has created, our package.json with all the dependencies and the names and versions it has correctly mentioned here. So you can pause the video and go through this. Now let's add some unit tests to our project. So I'm adding here, the prompt is add unit tests. It's thinking about it and then creating the test files for us. So it has made changes to the existing files and created axios.js. Now it's creating the test.js files for the different components in our application. So useCryptoDataTest, coinCardTest, appTest, error message test, the test files for the helper classes. Okay, it has completed adding the tests. So now let's allow it to finish the write-up. So let's go through this. So it has mentioned what are the main component tests it has added. Let's verify appTest.js. Yes, I can see here some mock classes have been added, mock test cases. Then component specific test for the coin card, error message, loading spinner, utility function test, for some hook test, integration test. You can pause the video and go through it. Now let's verify it. Yeah, I can see the test for the useCryptoDataTest, and some util tests are also there. Formatters test. Okay. Now let's run this test by the commands mentioned here. So I'm just going to hit the run in terminal. We'll allow it to finish running the test for us. So total 9 suites are there, test suites. Now out of those 9 test suites, 6 have passed, 3 have failed. The total tests are 46 and 1 has failed in that. Okay. And it has also given you a small menu there using which you can filter and look at the specific failed tests, pass tests, and interact with the application there. This is a cool feature that it has given. Now let's ask it to create a Jenkins pipeline for our project. So create a Jenkins pipeline for this project is our prompt. So it's creating the comprehensive list of files. Created the Jenkins file, a Docker file, Nginx configuration file. So this is our Docker file. Okay, then it is making edits to the package.json. It's creating the ESLint rc.js file, the property files for the Sonar. Sonar is used for project coverage. Now you can take a look here at the Sonar configuration, source files, language, code coverage, quality gates, all of it mentioned here. Then there is a Docker compose file. So if we open here, you can see the services here, the health check, labels, Nginx proxy configuration that is making use of the Alpine version. Yeah, that's a reverse proxy configuration for production, ports, volumes. So it's finished creating all the files for the Jenkins pipeline, and it's giving us a summary of the changes that it has made and what are the key features that it has added. We'll allow it to finish the write-up. We'll go through it. So these are the pipeline stages: code quality, install dependencies, checkout, build. You can pause the video and go through the details. Supporting files that it has created, Jenkins, Docker, Nginx, etc. There are pipeline benefits, how to use this particular pipeline. So Jenkins setup, environment variable setup, branching strategies, Slack notifications are there, SonarQube, HTML publishers, and you can see the branching strategy also mentioned here. Now it has given us the commands that you have to use to run the pipeline. Now let's take a look at the files that it has created. So we'll first look at the Docker file. Here you can see from what is the base version. This is the Docker compose file. We already had a look at this. Now let's take a look at the Jenkins files. Here it has mentioned about the environment. The different sort of stages are there: checkout, installing dependencies, code quality, security audit, then dependency check, test stage. All sorts of stages are mentioned here. Now there is nginx configuration file. Now we'll check whether this particular application is ready for production deployment. So we'll check whether this is working correctly on for production grade application. So it's reading the files that has been created, waiting for input. We are saying run. So here is a special command that it has run: npm audit level moderate. I haven't used this command in the past. Looks like that is the command used to check the production deployment quality for any app. So let's wait and see what is the output like. So it's running the tests first. Yeah. Yeah, so 9 test suits, 3 failed, 46 total tests. Now it's running npm run build. Okay, run. So it's creating some more files here: environment production, environment example, deleting some of the old test cases that we had here. Not sure why it's doing that, but that's what it is behaving for a production deployment. So let's wait and see. It's added a robots.txt. So from my previous videos, you will recollect that robots.txt is used for crawling the websites. Now let me run the final test to check the production readiness. Okay, fine. So now it's running npm test and checking the coverage again. So it's running the test to check the coverage. Yeah, so the final coverage it has come out with is 85% production ready. And here is the detailed write-up it is giving for the production readiness. So the core functionality, what is working well: production infrastructure, completed CI/CD pipeline with Jenkins, multi-stage Docker build, nginx configuration, loading the states, user feedback. You can pause the video and go through the details. Then the performance and security considerations, API timeouts, error handling. And then it is also mentioned as what are the minor issues required in order to make it full, robust and rock solid. So to make it 100% production ready, these are the changes that it will make. Okay, so let's run. We'll allow it to finish the changes that it wants to do for production grade deployment. The test suits have now reduced to 7. All the 7 test suits are passed. All the 46 tests have passed. So if you look, the code coverage is now bumped up to 95%, which is really good. Okay. And like before, it's giving us a detailed write-up of the changes it has made. It has also given us a production checklist and a final verdict here. If you look here, the application is ready for production grade deployment. Okay, recommended next steps will be to deploy it to a staging environment first, run the Jenkins pipeline, validate the deployment, monitor the initial performance and user feedback, and consider an optional enhancement based on the user's needs. Now let's take a look at the other things that it has mentioned here. It has also given us a few options to optimize for SEO. Deployment steps are there, Jenkins pipeline steps, static hosting, what is to be done. And there's a small minor issue there for security, but the overall coverage is 95%. So who is Kiro IDE for? If you are a developer who codes, who debugs, who Googles and who panics, congratulations, you are the human and this IDE is exactly for you. Whether you are building an app, crunching data or trying to impress your boss, Kiro IDE has your back. Give Kiro IDE a spin and let me know how did it go in the comment section. Smash that like button like you're smashing those runtime errors and subscribe to the channel for more geeky fun. Till then, stay curious, stay caffeinated and stay bug free. Thank you so much for watching.